Hey everyone, Pesmori here, and welcome to Trials of Innocence. Whew. The Skyrim Trade Center is quite far from here. We've been rushing as fast as we can. I hope we can see Galaxy before the police's questioning. So, Chief, what's all this about with Galaxy? Is he playing a prank? I don't think so. Didn't you hear what Detective Sanford said earlier? Of all the guests present, only Galaxy tested positive for gunpowder residue. Once the body is recovered, and if it's confirmed to be a shooting case, he's probably the only suspect. I see. He just doesn't seem like someone who would do something like that. Regardless of his character, the way the body was displayed was a bit too dramatic. A body suddenly dangling from the top of the building. It's unheard of. Is that so? We have similar scenes in our country's detective novels. Oh, it's Galaxy. Ah, Galaxy. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. It's a pity I can't invite you in as guests. It's okay. So, how are you? Not that bad. Just unlucky to be locked up here. That detective is relentless. She's the bomb. No. But Annie was. This guy can still joke around at a time like this. Seems like he's doing okay. Galaxy? You know why you're here, so we'll get straight to the point. What exactly happened this morning? I really don't know. Oh boy. You don't know? Are you saying you had no idea about this incident? How to put it? I'm completely mind blown. I mean, that is appropriate, I guess? While I'm not entirely clueless, my mind's a bit of a mess right now. In that case, let's go over what we've all experienced together. Let's get started then. During the ribbon-cutting ceremony, while you were speaking, a body suddenly dangled from outside the window. Ah, yes, everyone saw that. Afterward, the police concluded that the body was shot, so they conducted a thorough investigation of everyone present. Then, only I tested positive for gunpowder residue. So, you were brought here as the only suspect. Is what I said so far accurate? Yes, you remember quite clearly. But I didn't think I committed the murder. Or rather, I'm still very confused about many aspects of the case. You two are acquainted with the detective, right? Could you help persuade her that this is all a misunderstanding? We have witnessed the events more or less, so we do have the reason to help you. But before that, could you answer a few questions? We'd like to clarify the situation as soon as possible. Oh, that's simple. If I could be of any help, I'll do my best to cooperate. This guy is unexpectedly calm. But first, since last year's Christmas snow, it hasn't snowed since until now. Oh no, I shouldn't have mentioned snow. I'm kinda looking forward to it. We can build a snowman in front of the office and use some lemon tree branches to decorate it. Maybe Annie will see it in heaven. Luna is tougher than I thought. Though I'm afraid of the cold, I have always loved snow since I was little. When I was a child and it snowed, I would build a snowman and change his nose every day. What happened to the noses you changed? During the time our afternoon tea was always steamed carrots. Stella Ray, you must have had a hard time in childhood. Surveillance cameras record the truth, and most cases captured by them can be solved. If that's the case, why don't we fill the entire city with cameras so that no more crimes will happen? But that needs many people watching. Let's discuss with the police station and change the slogan, shall we? Into what? Of course, our office's promotion slogan. Since it's such a prime advertising spot. Dicks. A dick. Here is the place with the highest customer demand. Wow, okay. Hanging a slogan inside the prison. Typical Luna Ray idea. How about buy one, get the second half off? Strange, but perfect? Does the security guard not get tired like this all the time? Standing like this all the time? That's his job. He exercises and runs every day, so he won't get tired. I don't want to exercise every day. I'm busy. Busy with your snacks. Chief, you're EQ! Did I say something wrong? What does this long silence mean? This type of old phone has been rarely used. Speaking of which, Chief, you always close your eyes when you make phone calls, and I've studied psychology, you know. So, what does that mean? It means you dislike your customers. Huh? Or you have a strong sense of time. But I arrive late sometimes. Or you're deceiving the person on the phone. What could I possibly be deceiving by ordering takeout on the phone? Well, I'll read a few more books then. You're indeed talking nonsense. My eyes are getting tired from reading materials for too long. That's all. Oh, right. Standard procedure. Oh my god. Germs. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh man. Okay. I haven't even said anything yet. What are you saying? So, may I ask what you want to do? It's standard procedure. Just to show you my... Oh, so this is what Mr. Drake looked like at my age. This photo is from 8 years ago. So I was younger than you are now. You looked like this 8 years ago? That's terrifying. I just look older, that's all. This gunpowder reaction test strip can't prove who has fired the shot. No, that's not scientific. The strip changes color due to a chemical reaction. Why isn't it scientific? It means it's not environmentally friendly. True science should guide humanity to use renewable materials. Some materials are consumables. Not everything can be recycled. Not necessarily. With future scientific advancement, police might lick a suspect's finger to determine if they fired a gun. Does that have anything to do with scientific advancement? Agreed. That sounds gross. Mr. Drake, how have you been lately? Not bad. You know, I used to be in the army. And even now, I practice some martial arts before work. So you're a lawyer with martial arts skills. If you want to learn, I can teach you, but you have to come out first. I'll look forward to that. Can you teach me some cool moves like Bruce Lee? Well, Chinese martial arts culture isn't just about the movies. I know. Bruce Lee wasn't just an actor. He was a real master. Well, in any case, I can only teach you basic self-defense techniques. Oh, time to talk. Let's start with the basics. Galaxy, what did you do this morning? Well, I just got ready as usual and headed to the venue early. Did you go alone? What time did you arrive at the Skyrim Trade Center? I was on a business trip with 2 assistants, but they didn't come with me. I arrived at the Skyrim Trade Center probably close to 8 o'clock. Wait, wasn't the ceremony at 9:30? Why are you so early? It's a rare opportunity, so I wanted to soak in the atmosphere before it was crowded. So you were there to calm your nerves? Miss Ray really gets me. Heart emoji! And after you arrived at the scene, what did you do? I was about to speak, and there wasn't anything special to do. I just did what needed to be done? Huh. He says nothing useful. I better be more direct about it. Alright. Trick question. Galaxy, are you sure you didn't kill the unidentified woman? Well, it's hard for me to answer that question. It's a yes or no question. To be accurate, I can't be sure whether I'm the murderer or not. Huh? Don't tell me you shot her in a steamy sauna or something. There shouldn't be a place like that in the building. You never know. I just remember something of the past. Please don't mind. Let me rephrase the question. The reason you were arrested is because of the gunpowder residue on your hands. Could you explain that? Don't tell me you were setting off fireworks early this morning. Galaxy, I hope you can answer truthfully. The test results cannot be changed. Denying it won't help either. Alright, I understand. At this point, staying silent won't do me any good. Mr. Drake, we've known each other for so long, I know you're worth trusting. I did fire a gun this morning. Maybe I did kill the victim. What? You really fired? Who knows what I've been through? A person like me should just die. Galaxy, calm down. Can you explain in detail what happened? Alright, it was on the 101st floor of the Trade Center, and I just arrived at the scene. The 101st floor? Does that floor have any special significance? The building had just opened its grand day today, and apart from the 1st and 188th floor, the other floors are all unused. Since I arrived at the building very early, I thought of wandering around the building. 101 was just a random number. It really didn't mean anything. So around 8 AM, you took the elevator to the 101st floor of the Skyrim Trade Center, right? Yes. I didn't know what the floor was for. I just saw an empty lobby and floor-to-ceiling windows all around. but the light shields on those windows were close, only letting in a little light. How was the visibility at the time? It wasn't too dim. I just couldn't see the outside view. I wanted to find the switch for the light shields and take a look at the cityscape. But as soon as I stepped out of the elevator, I found a pistol on the floor. Let me think. Perhaps out of curiosity, I picked it up without thinking twice. Oh boy, I have a bad feeling about this. What is this? Ace Attorney 1 Case 5? Like, you see a gun that's been recently fired on the ground, you pick it up. Why? Why do you do that? At that moment, someone suddenly opened the light shields and the glaring sunlight flooded in. Blinded, I thought I was being attacked, so I fired a shot randomly in a direction I wasn't even sure of. Are you sure you don't deserve to be in prison? You kinda deserve to. Can you say something? What can I say? If you play with fire, you get burned. Well, correct. Where did the shot land? Did you confirm that afterward? After my eyes adjusted to the light, I found a dead body in front of me. The dead body on the 101st floor? Yeah, I had no idea when or where she appeared. Realizing I might have caused the disaster, I panicked and took an elevator to escape. What? If what you're saying is true, the body should still be on the 101st floor. Well, we saw her hanging around. She's still there. I find it very confusing too. This situation is quite tricky. Setting aside what Galaxy said is true or not, the pistol and light rays were clearly arranged deliberately. If he really randomly picked the floor, how could he just happen upon the 101st floor with such arrangements? It seems that to understand the whole story of this event, we need to go to the scene and confirm it. However, before that, I have a more important question to ask. In that case, Galaxy, I have another crucial question for you. The identity of the victim is still unknown to us due to the unusual appearance of the body. But since you closely observed her on the 101st floor, you should have seen her face. How do you know the victim? That expression. He seems quite hesitant. I am not sure. Not sure? If possible, please give a definite answer. Okay. I didn't know the victim. Chief? Could it be? Yes. Since Verity Lance reacted, it means he knew the victim. But even the police don't know the identity of the victim, let alone me. It's probably not possible to delve deeper into this topic right now. Probably not. Mr. Drake? Sorry, I was thinking about something. Galaxy, what's your plan next? Well, I don't have a plan before, but seeing you two here has given me a new idea. Please, go on. I'm still uncertain if I'm the murderer, but since things have come to this, I still hope to take full responsibility for the matter. Responsibility? How? It's simple. I don't want this matter to fall into the hands of the Vice President. I think you may know the reason. Indeed, the son of the vice president committing a crime overseas is more than just a legal matter. Though I'm not personally acquainted with your father, I know he has numerous political enemies in your country. If this matter were manipulated, it could cause a stir in the political arena in your country. I was thinking about him. I wasn't thinking about him, but that doesn't matter. Our two nations haven't signed an extradition agreement, and I'll soon face prosecution in your country's judicial system. Yeah, since the incident occurred here, it should be tried in our courts. And the only lawyers I know in your country are you two. Galaxy, are you suggesting? Yes, upon careful consideration, I believe this is the best option for now. If you don't mind, I would like you two to be my defense attorneys. What? This is quite an unexpected request. Please don't worry about the fees. If I manage to get this through, I'll reward you generously. In my country's currency, I'll give you $1 million. How does that sound? $1 million? Galaxy, you don't have to do so. Even if you're asking as a friend, you wouldn't just stand by. I trust you, but also believe in the principle of you get what you pay for when it comes to legal defense. I understand. Frankly speaking, we were also considering taking on this case. Is that so? Now that we've made it this far, now that you've made the request, we'll definitely take it. That's a relief. However, I must make it clear, if we find out you are indeed the murderer in the end, it's difficult to argue your innocence. I can only do my best to lighten your punishment. As long as you guys are willing to give it a shot, I'll accept anything that comes in my way. Then, I will cave to the dark side. That's not quite how the phrase is used. Looks like it's time for the police's questioning. I'll go now. Let's hope for the best. Yeah, we'll try. Things have really taken an unexpected turn. Chief, this is a 1 in a million deal! Aren't you even a little excited? Well, I think it would be challenging to get that 1 in a million. That 1 million in our hands. It's just a promise. Plus, we're clueless now, so it's not worth getting too excited. My excitement isn't just about money. We've taken cases after they've happened. But this time, the case happened right in front of us. It's a whole new experience for me. I'd rather have fewer of such experiences. I don't want death to follow us everywhere we go. Anyway, we won't solve anything by standing here. Let's hurry and go. I got it, don't pull me. Galaxy knows the victim's identity, but we don't. This investigation will be quite passive. Well, since we know so little about the case, standing here and speculating won't do any good. To return here before sunset, we better head to the scene as soon as possible. After a detour, we're finally back in front of this building. Are you saying that to Luna? Yes, compared to our office, this street is bustling. Should we consider moving here? I don't want to work in a place like this. Besides, the noisy crowds, the occasional burst of firing cannons is annoying. It's too annoying. Most foreign political figures visit the city are greeted on this street, right? I remember hearing some loud cannons this morning before the ribbon cutting ceremony. After all, Justice Kaida is the country's vice president, so firing salutes for him is quite normal. Oh, by the way, I just remembered. I got some test strips from Detective Sanford for checking gunpowder residue. Exactly. Since this is a shooting case, this should come in handy. Feels like a line has been missed. Alright. Gunpowder reaction refers to the residue left behind after firing a gun, right? Yeah. Since we have plenty of test strips anyway, let's just freely use them during the investigation. Alright, leave it to me. As long as we detect gunpowder residue in the area during the investigation, Luna will give a reminder. Just in case, let's start by investigating the building entrance. At the entrance of the Skyrim Trade Center, there are quite a number of flower baskets. This building is a joint venture between the two countries. It must have gained significant attention from both business fields. Chief, this is serious! What is it? I just used the test strips on the entrance and there's gunpowder residue everywhere! Could it be someone fired a submachine gun here? Your imagination never runs dry, huh? Did you forget? They were firing salutes in front of the building this morning. That will naturally leave traces of gunpowder. I see. When we defend Galaxy, can we argue that the gunpowder residue on his body is from him blocking the salute cannons with his body? Are you serious? Of course not. I was just kidding. If he did that, he'd probably be blasted into the sky. The blank rounds loaded in salute cannons are filled with gunpowder but lack projectiles, so they're harmless. But given the significant caliber of salute cannons, if Kaida were truly close during the firing, his clothes would be scorched. I was just kidding. Why are you giving me a military lesson again, Chief? Beanie Baker! Savor the flavor! Don't miss it! The mooncakes here are only $1 each. It's the Baker girl. Huh? Would you like to try Beanie Baker's mooncakes? They're extremely delicious! What? Why would someone be selling mooncakes now? It's been a long time since Mid-Autumn Festival. Whoa, Chief. She's selling mooncakes that you can only get during Mid-Autumn Festival. Aren't we lucky? What's your logic? Thumbs up for this lady. You must have a try. Please don't. It has shoe polish in it. I think. Let me see. Your mooncakes have such a unique shape and shine. What flavors do you have? Hey, don't forget why we're here. Don't forget? Don't worry. Let's just buy 2 mooncakes. That tall building won't run away itself. Are you two here to visit this building? Kind of. Any problem with that? This building is indeed grand and impressive. Why are you sad? Did something happen? But if you want to visit, it might be better to come back in a few days. Why? I'm not lying. Just now there was this super terrifying murder case right there. even though there was indeed police officers around. How could this wandering vendor know about the murder case? I made my choice. Let's get this triangle one and this 5-star shaped one. Chief, aren't you going in? Hold it. Excuse me, Mooncake Lady. Could I bother you with a couple of questions? No problem at all. You're my guests. I'm happy to chat with you. But first, I haven't searched this. It's been a while since we had a strong wind in the city. It's quite rare to see a blue sky. Could the fireworks we saw have caused so much pollution? You won't have to deal with smog on New Year's Eve, right? It's hard to say. If you hate smog that much, maybe we should have moved our office in the outskirts. No. In that way, I won't be able to eat at my favorite restaurants anymore. In the end, eating is the most important thing. Yeah, pretty much. But first, standard procedure. Just talk to her first. Shut up. It's standard procedure. Come on. Standard procedure. Fine. May I ask your name? Are you trying to hit on me? You could say that. I'm sorry, sir. I appreciate the charm of mature men, but since you have such a big daughter, I absolutely can't accept it. Who would hit on someone with their own daughter around? Oh, Chief, let me handle this. Did you know there was a ribbon-cutting ceremony this morning? Actually, we were guests at that ceremony. Oh my! Are you one of those privileged ladies and gentlemen? You could say that. It's clever to sell mooncakes in such a bustling area. May I ask your name? Oh dear, there's no need to be so formal. My name is Moony Beans. Call me Moony. That's such an easy name to remember. Is your profession a mobile vendor? Yeah, as you can see, you can say that. You see, wherever I go, I take my basket and sell. Impressive. But I'm not a full-time mooncake seller. I'm just trying to make some extra money during the winter break. Winter break? So you're still a student? That's right, I'm a bona fide senior student. I just got an offer from a graduate program, so I got plenty of time. Since my family isn't very wealthy, I decided to start my own business. Well, while it's commendable to earn your own keep, those mooncake shapes of yours, and the polish, aren't they unique? It took me quite a long time to find these odd-shaped molds. And I even borrowed some molds from the hardware store and the pet shop nearby. Huh? From a pet shop? What are they for? By the way, you mentioned Beanie Baker. Is that the name of your company? You betcha! I handle the management, supplies, and supply all by myself, though I haven't officially registered yet. Can we really trust the food made by her? Take a look at these mooncakes. Only $1 for such a big one. Really delicious and affordable. Tasty and cheap. Plus they're all handmade. Absolutely natural with no additives. Each mooncake bears my exclusive mark. That exclusive mark being shoe polish. Look at that fucker shine. Nothing shines like that. Did you stuff LEDs in there? What did you do? The shape of your mooncakes is quite unique. No one can copy it without the mark, even without the mark. Most importantly, my mooncakes offer an incredible variety of fillings for you to choose from. Traditional fillings like lotus seed paste and 5-nut fillings, or creative flavors like coffee, fresh meat, and wait, hold on. Have you heard of the famous dish from Unity Avenue? Plain boiled chicken? Of course! I quite like it a lot. You betcha! That's my special recommendation from Beanie Baker. Plain boiled chicken stuffed mooncakes. Huh? Plain boiled chicken stuffed mooncakes. What would that taste like? As it should be. I placed the ginger scallion sauce inside. You call that a mooncake? So what do you think? Tempted? Just imagining the taste makes me sick. Your mooncakes are quite unique. But I have some more, equally important matters to ask you. Go ahead. I got plenty of time right now. You said there was a murder in this building, right? Yeah. Why are you interested in such things? So how did you know about it? Well, look. With all the police around the building, it's obvious someone died. That doesn't make sense. You even described the case as super terrifying. As if you witnessed the body yourself. I just heard about it from a friend. A friend! Oh, goddammit, not again. Why are you staring at her? I made a surprising discovery. You mean the girl lied? Probably, but we know nothing about her except she sells mooncakes. Could you just stop whispering in front of me? It's impolite. Sorry. Will you be here all day? Of course. Only when the city inspector comes, I'll hide in the dark alley next to the building. Dark alley? So there's an alley beside the building? Yeah, but not many people know about it. I've been living in Unity Avenue for so many years, I know every lane by heart. No city inspectors or the Food Safety Bureau can catch me. I think it would be better for you to get a food safety license. How can we access the alley next to the building? Just walk in that direction. Huh. There might be clues in the alley. I should take a look later. As for this vendor, since she's lingering around here, we could come back here as soon as we have more info. Thank you very much. We wish you a great success in your business. Thank you. Feel free to come back and buy more. Luna, let's go. Okay. But first, standard procedure. Even if you show me this, I can't give you a discount. No. Showing the lawyer's license is just asking for your cooperation in our investigation. I told you that everyone has to pay. 2 plain boiled chicken stuffed mooncakes, right? I'll pack them for you. How much is that in total? No, I don't want mooncakes. We're here to questions. I almost got sidetracked by her. This lady looks familiar. I wonder what happened. Ah, right. Have you seen my sister? Her office is nearby. So that lady's your sister? tell her not to be fierce even if she doesn't buy anything. It's not like I'm committing crimes here. Technically you are. I don't know what happened between you two, but I can imagine. She's actually very nice. How about I buy 2 more mooncakes to apologize on her behalf? Luna. She said she wanted to diet this morning. Should I remind her now? Okay, Dark Alley first, I guess? Yeah, sure. So, this is the dark alley that Miss Beans mentioned. The entrance of this alley happened to be blocked by the flower baskets from the ribbon-cutting ceremony. It's hard to find it. Indeed, it's dark. Probably because the trade center blocks the light. So we are facing one side of the Skyrim Trade Center. Too bad we haven't been to the upper district. There seems to be something sussy. This scene feels familiar. Isn't there a similar alley next to our office? It's just a place for dumping garbage and storing discarded items. I remember now. This place is like the scene we're born as the butler in a noble house. What is she always thinking about? She's too obsessive about drama series. Look, Chief, there's a section of rope ladder here. Huh, it's not just a decoration, but an actual usable ladder. If we climb from here, we should reach the 2nd floor of the trade center and look! The window at the top of the rope ladder is open. Indeed, if we can directly access the 2nd floor from here, the security on the 1st floor would be useless. But this rope ladder must be put down by someone inside the building, right? Yeah, the outside wall is smooth and without footholds. I don't think it's possible to hang the rope ladder from the outside. So it's not that someone wanted to climb in, but rather out? That's a possibility. There were obvious footprints on the rope ladder, so it was recently used this morning. But it's difficult to identify the user with this type of material because it doesn't retain footprints of shoe prints. Fingerprints or shoe prints. Anyway, let's consider it as a noteworthy clue. Oh, right. Oops. After going around in circles, we ended up back here. What a magnificent lobby. It never ceases to amaze me. Although the ribbon-cutting ceremony has been interrupted, security remains tight at the entrance. Seems impossible to infiltrate the building from this floor. Promotional brochures? Seems like each building has these things. It's meant for people to take. Okay, then I'll take one. Why did I take it? Oh, okay. The Skyrim Trade Center covers an area of 426,568 square meters, with a main building height of 188 floors and a total height of 860 meters. This structural height reaches 772 meters. This building is a joint construction project between our country and the Republic of Neon. Its primary purpose is to serve as corporate offices. with additional functions including conference facilities, hotels, tourism, and entertainment, tourism and entertainment, commerce, and much more. To reflect an internalized style, consulates from multiple countries stationed in the city will also move in and establish offices in the building. Additionally, the project's builders from our country have installed a uniquely designed facility at the top of the building. Its operational mechanisms and specific functions will remain strictly confidential until the ribbon-cutting ceremony. Even neon investors are unaware of the mystery within. Okay, what? Hey, look, Chief! There's a person from ancient times over there! A person from ancient times? Again, who are you? Huh. Tan costume robe, sunglasses, folding fan. He looks so much like a fortune teller on the streets. I have a feeling that talking with him would be quite troublesome. I better avoid him and go for someone else. Hey, excuse me. Could you tell me which dynasty you're from? Oh, sorry. Are you also a guest for this event? Hey, shouldn't you ask for my permission before doing such outrageous actions? Hello there. Ah, General Kenobi. Indeed, I am thou. Thou art I. I am amongst those who invited to this gathering. What business dost thou have with I? What? Sorry, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to say hello to you, that's all. See you. 'Tis no matter. I tarry here, but with no pressing affair. 'Tis oft said, the cries of monkeys along the riverbanks never cease, but my light boat has passed through thousands of mountains. What is he saying? I don't know. I told you not to provoke strange people. Go, go, go. Sir, we won't trouble you any further. Hold it. Huh? Thy arrival is timely indeed. I have urgent matters to report to the magistrate. Dost thou know where that valiant lady hath gone? Magistrate? Valiant lady? Are you referring to the female detective who was controlling the situation at the venue earlier? Indeed, what I have witnessed is of great significance to the magistrate's inquiries, and there is no time to delay. Art thou acquainted with thy lady? I would ask thee to arrange an introduction. This guy witnessed something of great significance to the case. That policewoman should be busy at the scene, and we happen to be investigating the same case. May I ask how shall I address you? Forgive my impudence. My name is Guog, styled Lucian Hermit, but I am but a humble poet invited to this event. Lucian Hermit? So you're a famous calligrapher? Right. I seem to have seen this pseudonym in many places. I dare not claim such renown, though might thou be officers of the magistrate. Thy uniforms is of the most novel design. We are not officials from the magistrate's office. We're lawyers, but we will definitely meet that policewoman later. If you have any information, you can convey it on your behalf. Oh, my apologies. I see now thou art both consuls. While I cannot divulge all, I may share a few details. Thank you, Mr. Gu. But first, stand up a siege. Might I, sir, borrow your license for a closer inspection? Of course. Forsooth, then they still use modern letters. This aids in memorization, yet neglects the essence of the 6 scripts. Unless a certificate must be bestowed via the precinct, I would pen a scroll for you to extol the art of calligraphy. Wow, your calligraphy must be incredibly valuable. Even writing a few characters for us would be amazing. Luna! Not lightly done. After this matter is settled, I shall disturb your office and present you with a scroll of my writing. Yes. We can finally replace that price negotiable face-to-face sign. So that's what you've been thinking about. President Gu, have you seen this? Why are you speaking? It's his turn. His turn. Why are you... He's supposed to be speaking. You're speaking. And she's still yapping. I'm trying to read the text, but my eyes are just adjusting to the right. Is this a device for besieging a fortress? It is laid beneath the abyss, overcoming the treacherous paths. It's just an ordinary rope ladder. Your description makes it sound very majestic. The outcome is similar in essence. Someone used it to breach the heavily fortified building. Ye. Both handle matters with such skill. I shall speak freely, yet I have never seen this object afore. Indeed, this witness has no reason to venture into the valley or the 2nd floor, hence missing sight of the rope ladder. President Gu, please look here. What's your deal? What do you mean by that, my lady? Don't you think of any Chinese poetry where I'm pointing? Wandering alone in a fragrant path in a small garden? And what about here? Cold bamboo shadows on a faint path. How about if you were to look at the entrance of a grand building? Autumn sounds echoing through a vast emptiness? Wow, it's like you're a reciting machine for Chinese poetry. Luna, please stop teasing President Gu. President? Mr. Gu, I seem to have seen you before on television. Were you a guest on a certain program? The program is named Poetry Lecture, where I once lectured. It is indeed rare to find a counsel with such refined interests. I just happened to see it while flipping channels. You seem to be dressed like you are now. I heard a good merchant hides deep, a gentleman's virtue shines. Though he may seem foolish, I follow such ancient wisdom. I don't understand. Let's see how Luna responds. President Gu's words are exceedingly true. Looks like she didn't understand either. You know, the song kinda reminds me of... like, you can kind of put this in a Far Cry game, like Far Cry 5. This kind of reminds me of the map theme. To be honest, Far Cry 5 is a really good game. I wish I really want to replay it. To be honest, Far Cry 6 was such a letdown. But for some reason, Far Cry 5 was just so good. And this song sounds a lot like the map theme. And I remember the map theme being really good, and sometimes I would just stay on the map for like 5 minutes because of the song. I'm not afraid to admit it. I heard that the Skyrim Trade Center is a commercial building jointly constructed by a country on Neon. I wonder why Mr. Gu was invited to this event. In truth, I am somewhat ashamed. When this building was first erected, I was invited to inscribe its name. Thus, today I attend in the spirit of a scholar, hoping to partake in the grand occasion in its completion. I see. Makes sense. You must be a highly respected figure to be invited to inscribe such a luxurious and eye-catching building, right? I'm no great sage, merely a humble vice president of a Chinese Poetry Association, thanks to the goodwill of friends. I remember that the association is a national level organization, so the vice president must have a significant figure. The people invited to the ribbon cutting ceremony are indeed not ordinary individuals. Well then, President Gu, since you've attended the event, could you share what you've seen and heard? The title is but an empty honor. There is no need for formality. Pray, call me simply Hermit. Alright, then I'll trouble you, Hermit. May I ask, Hermit, when did you arrive in this venue? 'Tis not oft said. Oops. Not alone does time from morn to eve decay, but Hang Sao's aged, washed by the tide away. Huh? I guess he needs time to think before answering, I think? Well done. I lack knowledge of Chinese poetry. The young girl is indeed clever. This morning, after taking my bath, I set out of my humble abode to this place. The exact time of my arrival, I confess I cannot readily recall. It's normal to not to remember the time. After all, no one could have anticipated the incident. Upon arriving, I found I have had time before the event and thus lingered a while in the lobby, where I chanced upon an old friend. Do you know anyone amongst the guests of the event? Indeed, it is Justice Kaida, hailing from the realm of chrysanthemums, an old acquaintance of mine. You're an old acquaintance with the foreign high-ranking officer? Huh, that's quite unexpected. Ah, alas, it was but a one-sided familiarity. It appears Mr. Justice does not recognize me. And seeing his hurried demeanor, I chose not to disturb him. Hurried demeanor? The Vice President should have just come to give a speech. Could there be something else going on? Probably, yeah. Maybe he needed to use the toilet, you know? Therefore, a youthful official whose interests aligned with mine approached. Official? Are you referring to a patrolling officer? Indeed. Finding favor in his esteem, I grew up inspired and, with ink freshly ground, presented him with a piece of calligraphy. You wrote a masterpiece right here? But only after writing did I realize that the impropriety of my actions for such a grand hall was bound to attract such a crowd. A calligraphy piece by the Vice President of the Chinese Poetry Association must be extremely valuable. Anyways, this case could provide a solid alibi for President Gu. At least, finding the hour growing late, I prepared to head to the gathering when mine eyes beheld a scene of great astonishment. Well, please tell us in detail. President Gu, is the scene of great astonishment you witnessed related to the case? The young lady is truly sharp-witted. I beheld with my own eyes the inhuman deeds of that vile criminal. You personally witnessed the criminal committing murder? Not entirely so, yet what I know is sufficient to confirm the victim's guilt. Is the villain you're referring to the young man taken away by the policewoman? Could you please tell us what you saw? Thy request, while reasonable, puts me in a difficult position. 'Tis oft said, leaning alone on a dangerous building does not believe that there is no other sorrow in this world. What? I mean the court has yet to convene, and for a witness to confer with counsels beforehand seems improper, dost thou not agree? You're a witness? I've already aided the lady in identifying the criminal and intend to reveal his misdeeds in open court. Until the court convenes, I must refrain from revealing more. I see. That's truly a pity. Dost thou have any further questions to discuss? If not, I shall take my leave to seek thy lady. I understand. If you're looking for Detective Sanford, you can go to the scene at the first floor. She's most likely there. I see. Thank thee for information. I shall take my leave now. Farewell, both of you. The gentleman just now would become a witness to identify Galaxy in court, right? Probably. This case is likely to become more complex. Fortunately, it's you handling the case. I don't want to question that weirdo in court. Hey, don't make me feel like I'm doing it alone. But speaking of which, although President Gu's behavior and appearance are strange, his words are clear and logical. Not only is he helping the police identify the suspect, but he also avoids our questions with legitimate reason. Maybe he's unfamiliar with the court system. He is truly a mystery. It would be great if our office could have such a magnificent landscape painting. Chief, you're planning to move to a larger office? No. I meant the context of the painting, not the size. That's a shame. I thought you were gonna get a 100-inch TV to go with it. Even if I did, it wouldn't be for you to watch TV shows. Chief, will the chandeliers fall? Maybe there's a deranged killer hiding in the shadows with a remote control, waiting to kill a bunch of people in an instant. You're watching some new suspense drama again recently, aren't you? Well, we're about to walk under the chandelier. You go first. Why did you push me? I'll fall to death before getting crushed by the chandelier. Sorry about that. Hey, she just can't wait to be chief. What can I say? Look, the white patterns on the black carpet over there look like the outline of a corpse. We're lawyers, not detectives. Stop thinking about these detective story plots all the time. Actually, I wanted to say udon noodles. Just forget it. Charlie, let's have a plan like this in our office. Isn't it normally called the Tree of Happiness? What a tacky name. I remember it being called the Money Tree. It brings good fortune. Isn't it even tackier? In this materialistic age, perhaps many people equate happiness with wealth. Which one did I not do? Did I do this one? I can't tell. This lobby is so spacious and luxuriously decorated. It seems to be the only one in the city. After the building is put to good use, I'm sure there'll be a continuous stream of visitors. Why do you sound like you're giving a speech at a ribbon-cutting ceremony? I can't help but feel the urge to perform. You can join Nabuki. But this place is really spacious. We could set up tents and go camping here. And then treat the people coming in and go as wild animals to observe? Yes. The two security guards standing face to face, much like the prosecution and defense in the courtroom. Do you want to stand in the middle and play the role of the witness? Sure. Chief, you could be the judge. If I were to be the judge, I would immediately declare the witness guilty. After all, that's how 99% of the cases go. Then I'll teach you the prosecution how to say objection, and I will need to figure out how to manipulate the testimony. Aren't we lawyers? I got a little too immersed in the role. Oh shit, no, not the main street. Oh, hi. Don't mind me. Just getting lost. Somehow. The Skyrim Trade Center has so many floors. It will surely be bustling once it's officially in use. But it only underwent ribbon cutting today. Guess each floor is empty except for the event area. There are 6 scenic elevators in the elevator hall, but only one's operational. Still there. We finally arrived. My ears always feel horrible when riding these high-speed elevators. There's no choice. If the elevator isn't fast enough, people going upstairs will crowd instead. Let the people in the hurry take the stairs. You give it a try, climbing 188 stories. Sorry. Speaking of which, only one elevator is in operation today. Since the murderer can't use the stairs, wouldn't the elevator become the only way for the movements? Makes sense. Should we turn back and investigate? Clearly inspect it. Don't bother. We've already searched every corner. Huh? Oh, hi Tessa. Sweeties, why are you back? Well, how should I put it? Actually, don't be shy. We just took on Galaxy's case and will defend him. Huh? Do you mean to cause trouble for me? No. It's almost Spring Festival. Why do you have to take on a foreigner's case? Don't you think you've caused enough trouble? I was hoping to end the case soon and spend the new year with my son, but your involvement definitely makes it harder. Well, I'm really sorry. It just suddenly happened. And I'm an old acquaintance with that foreigner. Please don't be harsh on us during the investigation, and we'll also cooperate with your work. Fine. Even if you don't take the case, there will be other lawyers anyway. But before letting you investigate, I have something to clarify. You two should know that this case has many peculiarities, alright? In my opinion, everything's peculiar. I'm not sure what you're referring to specifically. Alrighty then, to prevent you from going astray, I'll give you a warning in advance. But first, standard procedure. Don't show me these useless things. Well, it's an officially recognized document anyway. What's the use of an official recognition? In that case, even I can't get a word in. I advise you not to waste your time. Our client is restless, so we can't relax either. Although I think Galaxy can sleep quite well. Thanks for the help earlier, Detective Sanford. What's this? I have no idea. If we find something with this test strip later, then you can apply it to be my subordinate. I'm always on the run. Having a useful subordinate would be great. So all your current subordinates are useless? Detective Sanford, did you see my sister? Today's matter is mainly charged by Interpol, and your sister can only provide limited assistance. And don't even think about disguising yourself as your sister. I recognize you two even if you were ashes. That's a phrase used to describe enemies. We're not twins. Even if I wear her clothes, you'll recognize me immediately. True, your sizes aren't even close. Even my sister can't compare to you. What are they talking about? I don't understand anymore. Prosecutor Ray usually leads these events. Why haven't we seen her today? You know she's always busy. Can't she take a break? It's not easy for women in our field. Show us something, okay? Wow, this is dangerous. That's a dangerous job. I'm also a woman and I understand. Ahem. Luna, you almost got treated by the electric sparks. You saw my son in the lobby, right? Detective Sanford's son? Yes, he should be staying close with the officers there. I did see a little boy with some patrol officers when I passed by the lobby. So that's your son? Oh, looks like he's behaving well. Was there a little boy in the lobby? I was so lost in thought and I didn't notice at all. He doesn't look like a good guy. Good or bad isn't judged by appearances. Wouldn't it be strange if he doesn't know what the answer to our questions? I'll do my best to communicate with the client. Hopefully during the trial, everyone can communicate freely. Detective Sanford, are the peculiarities of this case primarily due to the identity of the suspect? Partially right. When a foreigner is prosecuted in our country, there are indeed some additional procedures, but they're not the fundamental reason for complicating the case. Do you know why? Do you know who the father of their client is? Isn't it common knowledge? Justice Kaida, the vice president of Neon. Although Galaxy seems to be avoiding it, you can still find it in the news. What you know is only the superficial aspect. Currently, the political situation in Neon is extremely delicate. Have you noticed? Wasn't our reception for this vice president too grand this morning? You're right. The ceremony of firing cannons is usually reserved for the highest leader of a country, right? Exactly. If it were the Vice President of America, that's cool. But Neon, I don't think so. Then why did we? I'm a police officer, not a politician. I'm not the one telling you this, but just listen carefully. The reason is simple. In a few months, Neon will hold its presidential election. And every other country believes that Justice Kaida is the indisputable candidate for the next president. We just wanted to establish a good relationship with him in advance through a ribbon-cutting ceremony. I heard some of these things she's talking about. If Mr. Justice knows his son will be prosecuted, he'll probably take some action. The current president of Neon was diagnosed with a severe illness 2 years ago, and his health has been deteriorating. In reality, it's Justice Kaida who's been handling the political arena in place of the president for the past 2 years. Although his election as president is a foregone conclusion, he still has numerous domestic opponents and political enemies. And the timing and location of his son's case are quite awkward. Indeed, if this case has happened in their own country, given Mr. Justice's status, he could easily cover it up. However, given the current circumstances, this is a challenging situation for both him and our nation to handle. Exactly. You two daring to undertake such a responsibility in these conditions, I hope it's not a reckless one. I hope so. Currently, this case has caused quite a stir, with numerous international media outlets going into a frenzy. For our nation, the best outcome of this case would be the true innocence of Galaxy. However, based on the current evidence and investigation, there is only an exceedingly slim probability. Is this your way of encouraging us? Well, if Galaxy is indeed the murderer of this case, in that case, our best option would be a swift resolution If he is indeed a hot potato staying here, we shall conduct a fair trial, swiftly convict him, and then find a reason to send him back to Neon for punishment. The remaining matters shall be left for their own countries to resolve, so that we offend no one. That would be the ideal outcome. Seems that, as Galaxy's attorneys, we are destined to be hated by all parties involved. Oh dear, I'm glad you have this self-awareness. As an acquaintance with you both, I can only grant you minimum freedom during the investigation. Only minimal? Only. Once you arrive at the scene, you realize it's already a great favor. Our investigation has just begun, and the various forces invoked are already in motion. By the way, before we start the investigation, I want to confirm one thing. Is there any information from the police that you can share with us? Are you too lazy to even to use pleasantries? Regardless of how we phrase it, you'll only say what you want to say. Let's skip it. That's true, but unfortunately this time, I really have nothing to disclose. Why? Are you being silenced by some mysterious force from higher-ups? No, it's not that. Information is what I need to possess before sharing. Just look outside the window and you'll understand. You mean, the body still can't be recovered until now? This isn't an ordinary high-rise building. The height of the body is over 100 meters above the ground. We searched the entire city, but found no equipment capable of safely lifting the body. No one dares to take action recklessly. If by chance the body falls and splatters on the ground... Oh, stop it! I'm getting goosebumps now! Your client is really twisted. Why did he have to make the body look like this? It's still uncertain whether he did it or not. Anyway, you won't get any information about the victim and the body today. Use your brains in other areas, like finding eyewitnesses perhaps. Are there other eyewitnesses besides the gentleman who loves reciting Chinese poetry? The gentleman who loves reciting Chinese poetry? I don't know who that is. But as for the witnesses, I won't reveal anything either. You'll have to figure it out on your own. Could it be that Mr. Gu is not involved in the eyewitnesses she mentioned? Why did I take the case without any information of the body, but with a bunch of eyewitnesses? Hey! Detective Sanford, you looked really cool when handling the situation during the incident. Swift and composed. Even if you flatter me, I won't disclose any additional information. Is that so? As I mentioned before, the incident is completely unexpected, and I was just as shocked as you all. Fortunately, apart from patrolling officers who were always together, everyone involved in the case was seated here. Even if someone sussy manages to infiltrate, we could systematically investigate them based on a guest list. Guest list? There's a guest list? Of course! This is a ceremony involving foreign dignitaries. Can we randomly let anyone in? Can you give me a copy of the list? Well. This list belongs to the organizers, and the people on it may not be willing to disclose the schedules. Besides, why do you need a list? Are you planning to visit and question them one by one? Maybe. Nevertheless, since the guest list contributed to identifying the suspect, it surely wouldn't be part of the evidence presented in court. So it doesn't matter giving me a copy, right? You really know how to persist, huh? Thanks for the compliment. Fine, whatever. This information will be made public anyway, so giving you a copy won't hurt. Huh. Upon a glance, there aren't any expected names on it. Oh, by the way, is the victim one of the guests? Huh, you go to the point. We've already checked, and none of the guests have gone missing after the incident. Furthermore, staff in the event didn't increase. The identity of this victim is indeed a question. In other words, she infiltrated the building through some unconventional means. Is that Detective Sanford's walkie-talkie? I see. Over. What is it, Detective Sanford? Is there any progress? You're really persistent. The investigation team says that they have discovered the actual crime scene. Are you saying the 101st floor? How did you know? We've already talked about it with the client, so... So what? Is he ready to confess to the crime? That would be the best. Alright, I have to go now. If you have any new information, remember to report it immediately. Also, this case is serious, so you two better behave yourself. Well, no one, including lawyers, is allowed near the crime scene until the investigation is completed. What? Detective Sanford, wait a sec! Let her go. The two of us can't stop her if she needs to go. Then what should we do? Are we going to have a trial in which there's neither a body nor a crime scene to investigate? Trust me, I've experienced worse. If that's the case, there'll be nothing we can do. Calm down. There should still be some places we can go. Let me think. Like the elevator? Right. The elevator. Let's investigate the interior carefully. There might be some unexpected discoveries. Also, even though Detective Sanford won't allow us to investigate the crime scene, we can still observe from a distance, right? Huh? Can we? Though I feel like we'll be risking getting electrocuted by her. Anyway, our investigation is already limited today, so we have to make the most of the little activity space we can reach. Yes, Your Honor. Barely had a chance to sit down before leaving. What a lousy day. But we're much luckier than poor Galaxy who got arrested. You're so optimistic. The patrolling officer mentioned that the grand banquet of the ribbon-cutting ceremony got cancelled. No dinner? We're the ones really suffering. Galaxy's luckier. You just said we're luckier. Chief, look at the position of the body. Does it look like she was skydiving? Kinda does. Could the body have fallen from a skydive? Did I find the truth? The patrolling officer mentioned the body was entangled by cables. So, the cables can't be used for parachutes? I never heard of such a parachute. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We need to think outside the box. Maybe the victim made a makeshift parachute with a steel plate and some cables. She'd probably fall faster like that. Newton's coffin lid must be rattling. Since we have to pass through this elevator no matter what. Where we go, and no matter where we go, let's start an investigation here. But what exactly do we investigate? The shoe prints on the floor are very messy, so it's unlikely to extract any useful info from them. I used gunpowder test strips to wipe every corner. It seems the shooting didn't happen inside the elevator. Besides the shoe prints and gunpowder reaction, the most valuable trace should be the fingerprints. I got it! The place where everyone would touch with their fingers must be this panel! Yeah, this panel. Looks quite unique. The number of buttons is much fewer than I imagined. You don't think they crammed all the buttons for the 188th floor here, right? You don't think they crammed all the buttons here, do you? That would trigger trypophobia. It seems this elevator can only reach a few important floors. Speaking of which, we don't have a fingerprint powder or any data. How can we investigate fingerprints? Sometimes we don't need to know whose fingerprints they are. The presence of fingerprints itself tells something. You're right. Let's take a look. This button leads to the 188th floor, where the multifunction hall is. It seems to be pressed often due to the ceremony. Of course. Didn't we also press it when we came in this morning? Even our fingerprints can be extracted, right? You wish. With so many fingerprints overlapping on the same button, it's impossible. I missed my chance for my own fingerprints to appear at the crime scene. Are you serious? Wait, this building should only have 188 floors, right? Yes? Then why is there another button with the letter T on it? Above the 188th floor. That's strange. And this button has traces of being pressed. If we have some free time, let's go and see what the place is. The bottom of the panel has buttons for the first floor, open and close. As expected, these buttons have marks for being pressed several times. They're probably not worth investigating. By the way, Chief, are you the type of person who presses and holds the close button in a hurry once entered the elevator? Do I look like one? No, you look like the type who frequently leisurely misses their floors. Whoa, she really hit the nail on the head. On the button of the 101st floor, there are more than one fingerprint and some strange marks. Seems Galaxy really went there. The other fingerprints seem to belong to the victim, right? Probably, but fortunately these overlapping fingerprints unfortunately they cannot be extracted. Why am I concerned about the stain on this button? What could it be? Hey, look, Chief! There seems to be a fingerprint on the button for the 99th floor. Indeed. And this fingerprint should belong to one person. So, the one and only person who went to the 99th floor this morning? The promotional brochure doesn't mention what's on the 99th floor. And today's activity doesn't involve the place either. Can't be sure if it's related to the case, but let's keep an eye on it. We shouldn't rush over without thinking. If we meet Detective Sanford, we can ask her. He suddenly became so cooperative. This is the first crime scene of the case. There are many police officers investigating frantically around here. They must have arrived recently. Look, an officer put a sign next to us. Let me see. Hinder law enforcement. Pay with your life? What the hell is this? Wait a minute. Chief, the officers around us. Their expressions are becoming terrifying. I have an ominous premonition. Let's drop the investigation and get out of here. Agreed. Okay. Don't go there. Okay. Let's go to the T or whatever it is. Huh. What's this? The elevator just went up, right? I didn't feel it wrong, did I? No. This narrow space seems to be on the floor above the main avenue. Yeah, if we go down the stairs, we can return to the multifunction hall. Isn't this building supposed to only have 188 floors? Could the brochure be incorrect? Taking it from another angle, if this building indeed only has 188 floors, one more should take us to the roof, right? So you mean, after passing through that sussy door, we'll be very likely. Let's explore this place first. I've seen quite a few things worth noticing here. We need to carefully investigate this place. I mean, there's that, but I'm gonna go here first. A narrow staircase. Going down from here should take us to the 188th floor. By the way, we're only one floor away from the hall, but I can't hear any noise from the police investigation. This is a modern building that has been completed after all, and most likely uses high-tech soundproofing between floors. I don't believe it, Chief. You go downstairs and shout, and I'll see if I can hear you clearly. No. Are you a pupil on a field trip? If I'm not mistaken, behind this door should be the rooftop, which is over 800 meters high. Wow, Chief. Why is this door so dirty and messy? Did you do this? Hey, I came up with you here. Just kidding. The marks on the door. Seems like it's been violently punched and kicked. Yeah, the doorknob is even out of shape. I'm afraid this door can't be locked anymore. So someone used violence to open this door to get to the rooftop? Very likely. Hold it. If the body dangled from above the 188th floor, that means... Whoa! Why is only screaming? I'm screaming for a big discovery! Chief, look at this! Gunpowder test strip is reacting. Exactly. I just wiped it around and the doorknob seems particularly strong. The reaction seems particularly stronger at the doorknob. Wasn't the crime scene on the 101st floor? How come there's a gunpowder residue here? Let me think. Maybe the murderer couldn't open the door, so in desperation, they fired a shot at the doorknob? And then... where'd the bullet go? Where's the bullet hole? Maybe the bullet bounced off the doorknob and into his right shoulder. Well, seems like no traces at all. I checked all around and there's no evidence of any bullet impacts nearby. That could possibly mean that the perpetrator has the bullet. Shooting at this kind of lock would definitely break it. If the person had a gun, why resort to punching and kicking? I can't figure it out either. Could it be some naughty kid setting off firecrackers in front of the doors? Maybe. I can't figure it out either. Let's just note the condition of the door for now. Chief, something's on the ground. Is that your lawyer's license? Judging by the color, no. Let me see. This is a passport. Huh? It's an American passport. But this building just opened today. How come there's an American passport here? Maybe he just lost it. The passport has a name on it, right? The passport has a name on it, right? Whose is it? David Johnson. The name looks a bit edited on, but I don't know, maybe he had a name change. I'm not sure how accurate this passport looks, but it does look nice. The passport's owner's name is David Johnson. It's quite a common male name, and this face is also a typical American look. Is it? There are many official visas from different countries on the following pages. There's a lot of stamps on the visa page for traveling to our country. Is he a foreign businessman? Let's put aside the identity issue for now. Have you seen this person among today's event guests? I don't think so. This building, a joint venture with Neon, wouldn't invite an American to the ribbon cutting. Racist. And if there were really such a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Westerner among the guests, I surely wouldn't forget. Yeah, makes sense. Let's pick it up anyway. Whether it's relevant to the case or not, its owner must be anxious. Okay, let's ask the lost and found later. Let me guess, you're gonna quote-unquote forget to give it to them? Whew. I didn't expect to find so much in such a small space. So where do we go next? The door in front probably can't be locked anymore. Although I'm not good with heights, but... So that means we can take a stroll on the rooftop? I really don't wanna. But investigating there might give us a deeper understanding of the body's condition. Then let's go! Okay, nothing else here. Nothing else out there. I mean, I'd be scared too. Whoa! Amazing! I'm standing on the rooftop of the tallest building in the world! Yeah. Oh my god. The whole city looks like a miniature sandbox. It's so spectacular. Already scared to death? I hate heights. Help! Chief, aren't you coming to take a look? The wind is strong. Don't look around. Let's investigate quickly. Fine. Hey, I'd be shitting my pants too. There's no railing in such a high place. This area probably isn't open to the public. I mean, it's still a safety hazard. This huge apparatus. What is it? Okay, let's go here first. What's this? Solar panels? Maybe. Let's look for. Looks like part of a water heater. Huh? Just a water heater. I thought it would be something much more powerful, like a solar cannon. What the hell is that? But But why is there only one water heater with cables attached? Isn't the other one ready yet? No. The cables on the other one should be removed. There are traces. Should have been removed, yeah. Where could those cables have been removed to? Better look around. Wow, what's this? I never expected to find such a contraption set up over 800 meters in the sky. Just this ring alone is probably about 30 meters high. Come to think of it, this thing is actually depicted in the building's brochure. Isn't it just a decoration? Or does it have some kind of peculiar function? Wasn't there a display screen in front? Why did you go see what's written on it? Seems to be completely incomprehensible, letters and numbers. This contraption wasn't even mentioned in the brochure. What the hell is it used for? It's a mind control device. Chief, look! Lots of cables on the ground! Indeed. They seem to be the same kind of cables as the cables on the water heater nearby. The cables extend all the way to the edge of the rooftop, but I think it would be dangerous to walk over there. There's no need to go over there. Just think about what's hanging below. Does that mean... Yeah... Exactly. To have the body appear in front of the window of the 188th floor in that manner it could only have been suspended here. These cables extending out should be now entangled around the victims, the arms of the victims. I see. So the murderer tied up the body with cables and then threw it down? Taking all this trouble just to create a horrifying visual effect. This person's really twisted. No, I don't think there was anyone on the rooftop at the moment. The body appeared outside the window. I don't think that there was anyone on the rooftop the moment the body appeared outside the window. The multifunction hallway was full of guests at the time. And Detective Sanford sealed out the scene at once after the incident. If anyone was on the rooftop at that moment, they would have been noticed right away. Then why did the body suddenly fall? I don't know either. Let's just keep down the information about the cables for now. Alright, the investigation here is almost finished. Let's head back. Huh? Aren't you going to enjoy the scenery a bit longer? You can stay if you want, but I've had enough. Fine, what a pity. It's been quite a while. The police should have finished investigating the crime scene by now. Maybe we should go back to the 101st floor. Sure. Whew, we wasted quite some time on the rooftop. If you don't check the scene now, it'll be too late. But the officers on the scene are still busy and there's no sign of the cordon being lifted. What should I do? Oh. Huh? Why did you two follow along? Wouldn't it be better to freely wander around in other places? I already did. This is the only place left. We didn't follow along, and we actually do want to freely wander around. But when we saw that sign saying, "Hinder law enforcement, pay with your life," we didn't dare to move. That's because this case is urgent. We didn't have any other props on hand, so he borrowed a notice for cracking down carjacking from the adjacent street. Pretty intimidating, huh? Yeah. So intimidating that my heart almost jumped out. Anyway, since Detective Sanford is here watching, can we look around freely? Of course not. Huh? Ha. If it were any other case, you could wander around if you pleased. But this case involves a relative of a foreign state's head, and the embassy has sent a few people to monitor. If I let you idle around, I'm afraid others will start talking behind my back. Idle around? Come on, we look busier than you. However, as compensation, I can share a bit of on-site information. Really? That's kind of you. Don't be too excited. After all, you've only been investigating for a few hours, too. Standard procedure? Oh. Okay, yeah, never mind. I guess I showed you everything anyway. Except for these, I guess. Hey, where are you going? We just wanted to take a look around. Didn't you hear what I just said? Do you want that sign, hinder law enforcement's pay with your life, to come true? Sorry. Looks like Detective Sanford's serious. We can't investigate the crime scene today. Okay. Detective Sanford, please enlighten us about the crime scene. Look how impatient you are. All I can say are a few simple, obvious pieces of information. Firstly, the reason why the police could narrow down the scene across so many floors was thanks to fingerprints. Ah, I get it. You found fingerprints on the elevator buttons, right? Exactly. Besides the numerous fingerprints on the first and 188th floors, we also found traces of the buttons on the buttons of the 99, 101st, and top floors respectively. These traces significantly reduced our scale of investigation. It's fortunate we were able to find this place. Did the police identify the owner of the fingerprints? I remember you know a lot about forensics. Actually, the fingerprints on the 101st floor were impossible to extract. After all, the 3 fingerprints on the button overlapped, which creates a jumbled pattern. 3. Apart from the murderer and the victim, could there be someone else who came here? By the way, about this strange stuff on the 101st floor button. What is that? The lab just sent the results. It appears to be some kind of food. Someone smeared food on the elevator button? Although it's a small amount, it's basically a mixture of sugar and beans. Sugar and beans? Isn't it bean paste? Well, that's gross. Why? Also, Detective Sanford, what is the 101st floor for exactly? It feels quite empty here. Indeed. Besides a few load-bearing pillars, there's nothing else out there. Like Nibelheim. And, damn it. Why Nibelheim? So, this floor hasn't been finished yet. More or less. The management wants to turn this floor into a 360-degree circular observation deck. But since the building has just had its grand opening today, the construction work hasn't started yet. Have you found anything on the floor? If only. Besides the bullet hole in the glass and some luminol reactions on the ground, the scene is too clean. It already gives me a headache just trying to determine the firing position in such an empty space. It's an empty floor, but at least 3 people visited it separately. But Detective Sanford, I was wondering, isn't that hole in the glass really is that hole really a bullet hole? I've seen glass shot through by bullets before, and I don't remember it looking like this. You got a sharp eye. Indeed, when a bullet shatters glass, it should leave a perfectly round hole. Besides, there should be a radial-shaped cracks around the bullet hole, right? This large and neat hole should look more like it was smashed by a stone. Huh. Throwing a stone on the 101st floor. You show me. I was just kidding. Besides, the floor-to-ceiling windows on the floor are 32mm thick, almost reaching the standard of bulletproof glass. It would be difficult for small caliber bullets to shatter it, let alone a stone. As for why the glass bears such peculiar marks, you'll have to wait for the investigation results. Okay, I got the bullet thing. What's next? That's all. Really? Is that all? I'd love to give you more, but time's tight, and there's a group of foreign embassy people watching us closely. You guys are quite capable, right? How about you pull off a plot twist despite having so few clues? Is that a compliment? Or is that a threat? By the way, Detective Sanford, you mentioned finding fingerprints on the button of the 99th floor, right? Correct. There's only one fingerprint there, but it's a bit incomplete. I've already been there once, but that place probably has nothing to do with the case. But this building hasn't been put to use yet, right? Isn't it sussy for someone to go there? If you find it sussy, feel free to check it out yourself. I'm sure you'll be disappointed. Well, that's really encouraging. Anyway, I've said what needed to be said. Don't bother investigating this floor anymore. The rest is up to you two. Good luck. Well, I have a lot of things to do. Take care. Chief, what should we do? Is our investigation over for today? I'm afraid so. But just to be safe, let's take a look at the 99th floor. What? Huh? I thought the American Consulate General in our city wasn't here. Wait, seems like it's written in the brochure. This building does have a few floors allocated to foreign offices. So this is actually the new location for the American Consulate in our country? More or less. This glass door seems to be locked tightly. Just in case, let's investigate around. There are so many signs here, but they all seem to have similar content. They're quite different. The upright sign should be from our government, while the adjacent one is from the US government. And the notices placed on the ground are clearly printed by the building staff themselves. Just put up some signs. Why there's so many rules? Sometimes I also feel like our country has too many formalities. Yeah, isn't it nice snacking, watching TV, napping at work, whenever they want? Just like me? That's just way too out of line. How do you get away with it? Seems like the door can't be opened. Didn't you see that the panel next to it? This is a foreign office after all. They must have some strict access control. but you can see the inside of this door. The floor is just like the 101st, completely empty. The consulate relocation work might not have started yet, so it's just an empty room without any decoration or furniture. This door just won't budge. Shall we find something heavy to smash it? Even if it's not in use, this is still American government territory. Why are you trying to start a diplomatic incident? Just kidding. Besides, the glass door is so thick I probably couldn't smash it open if I tried. Yeah, indeed. And the seams are also airtight. Its soundproofing should be quite good. Really? Let's install one in our office someday so that we won't be bothered by the noise from the company next to us. Let's not make decisions on a whim. We don't have the budget for that now. Upon closer look, although you can't enter from the outside, there seems to be a door opening on the inside. A door opening button on the inside. If we could walk from the inside out, we could open this door, right? There's a small input device here. It should be for opening doors, right? This door, right? I have a great idea! Let's see if we can swipe this card to open the door. It didn't work. This panel is for entering a password. What's the use of swiping a passport on it? Let's just give it a try. What's the harm? But does this passport's owner really have something to do with here? But there's clearly no such person on the guest list. What a mystery. What's wrong, Chief? I just remembered that Detective Sanford said investigating here would be disappointing. Looks like she was right. Hahaha, it's okay. It's okay. Cheer up. It's getting late. It seems today's investigation will have to end here. Huh? We're not waiting for the results from the police? If we wait, it'll be dark. We better go meet with Galaxy again after all. He must know something about the identity of the victim. Alright, I'll follow you. The sun's about to set. Hopefully we can make it in time for the meeting. I remember the bus stop towards the detention center is around here. Beanie Baker, savor the flavor! Don't miss it! The mooncakes here are only $1 each. The voice, that voice. Come on, take a look. The bean paste mooncakes are, oh, it's you two again. Bean paste mooncakes. Hello, Miss Beans. You've been selling mooncakes around here all day. Of course. That's what you call dedication. Have you two finished exploring that building? Sort of. But there's so many places we didn't get to visit. Wait a minute. I remember she was hiding something from us. Even though time is tight, having a little more clue wouldn't hurt. Just give it a try. Miss Beans, based on the principle of cautious investigation, we have a few questions for you. But besides selling mooncakes, I only know a little about security investment and such. I probably won't be of much help. No, we want to ask something only you know. Before we entered the building, you mentioned hearing about the murder case from a friend. Is that true? fooled by my innocent appearance. I got friends who can dig up information too. Alright. Just as I expected. To avoid delaying Galaxy's meeting, let's finish this. Right here, right now. Ooh, be careful! You almost poked a hole in my basket. Blame the designer if you must. I didn't want to bring out something this ostentatious. Yeah, ostentatious. We don't have much time. Let's get to the point. Oh man, that bass line. Okay, I'm done. Okay, just 5 more seconds. Okay, that was more than 5 seconds, but it's just too good. Since we've met, Miss Beans has been talkative, but she's been avoiding one peculiar topic. Her source of information. Her detailed description of the murder case doesn't seem like mere hearsay. I'm not sure what she's hiding, but if I want to find a breakthrough, it's best to start with the friend she mentioned. This sound. Fine. I better focus on the matter at hand. Oh man. Miss Beans, can you tell us the identity of that friend? Why do you ask? It's a secret, you know. We're investigating this case right now, and having first-hand information is crucial. So after asking you, we'll need to consult your all-knowing friend who has insider knowledge. You don't need to bother him. He's very busy, and whatever you need to know, just ask me. It's okay. Since he's so well informed about the case, he must be involved in the case. After all, he couldn't hear it from others, right? Yeah, that's correct. Very well. I happen to know the detective in charge of the case. Is your friend one of her patrolling officers? No, I don't know any police officers. Then, if not, then it's simple. If you want to verify your friend's identity, all we need to do is look at this.
Take this!
Oh my god, I'm so glad I got that correct. The people involved in this at the scene, aside from the police, are the people who attended the ribbon-cutting ceremony. Miss Beans, all you have to do now is cooperate and point out your friend. So tell me, which one is your friend? Don't be nervous. I was also invited to the ceremony, and I know some of these people. After you point out your friend, I'll immediately call to confirm. How about that? Well, sorry, I lied. I don't know those big shots. Please forgive me for being dishonest. Says so. It's not about dishonesty. If you don't know such friends, how could you describe the murder so vividly? I just heard some rumors and exaggerated a bit. Really? Does a female body lying flat on the ground deserve to be turned into a rumor? Lying flat? Wasn't the body hanging in midair? The audience at the scene was so chaotic. Oh no! Oh no! Congratulations, you played yourself. Huh. Seems you... Yeah, congratulations, you played yourself. Although I don't know what you did, you were clearly inside this building at the time of the incident. How could that be? More specifically, you were probably in this place. Yes, you should have been inside the multifunction hall, just like us, witnessing the whole process of the body disappearing. What? It's impossible! Since you think it's impossible, why so nervous? That place... Given my status and appearance, how could I possibly gain entrance there? Oh. Wait. I thought I was wrong, but... She's right about that. The lobby is heavily guarded and someone like her couldn't have snuck in. And there were so many police officers blocking the downstairs entrance. I couldn't just barge in with such a build. If you really did, tomorrow's headlines would be much more sensational. Hold on. Didn't you say there were so many police officers blocking the entrance downstairs? What's wrong with that? There's no problem with that, but Norton seems to have revealed how you entered the building. Oh, what else do you know? It's clear that you, who hasn't entered the building, must have used this.
Take this!
Yeah, I see the needle moving. I can't waste time. Miss Beans, you're quite familiar with this thing, right? How did I? The dark alley where it's located was pointed out by you, dumbass. As far as I observed, using this rope ladder, one can bypass security and enter the building directly from the second floor. Because you entered from there, your impression of the building entrance remains at the second floor. So you will say police downstairs, right? Please stop asking! I can't say anymore! It seems you did use that. If your fingerprints are found on the ladder, you won't have a choice but to talk. You actually collected the fingerprints? Am I going to get arrested by the police? Actually, it's quite difficult to leave fingerprints on the rope due to its texture. Ha! Dumbass. So, now you understand why we asked you, right? I'm sorry, I confess. I didn't want this. I just didn't want any trouble. I didn't mean to lie, but it's hard to admit such a thing. What do you mean by such a thing? Of course it's tumbling upon a murder. I understand your feelings. But if you don't confess, it only makes you more sussy, baka. Yeah, we'll make sure you're safe. Can you please tell us what happened to you? Okay. But first... Oh? Do you know this person? What are you trying to set me up with a boyfriend? What are you thinking? I'm not the kind of girl who marries an old man for money. And this guy with his golden hair at his age is simply disgraceful. Alright, at least we can confirm she hasn't seen the person on the passport. Miss Beans, wait, stop! Stop it! Miss Beans, have you seen this thing before? I've never climbed it. I've only asked if you've seen it. How could girl climb something so dangerous? But you climbed the ladder in the office. Exactly. Climbing this would be exhausting. Your feet wobble, and if you can't hold on, you fall. If I wanted to exercise, I'd go rock climbing. There's 3 outdoor sports: hiking, rock climbing, and rafting. Chief, once the case is closed, I'm taking a vacation. By the way, miss, since you're an outdoor sports enthusiast, would you want to try this frog-flavored mooncake? Where did this conversation go? What was I asking? Miss Beans, with so many types of mooncakes, does your family specialize in selling them? I developed all these myself. Though it's not a century-old baker, I offer a complete range of flavors, all natural with no additives. You must try them. Where did you get your research funding? How did you come up with these? Mooney, how did you innovate these unique products? Hey, the art of language is not meant to flatter dubious unlicensed vendors. I did some market research and eliminated all the designs and flavors I've seen before. It's kind of like our work, eliminating all the impossibilities to find the truth. Why are they similar? So you really used this rope ladder to sneak into this building this morning? Yes, but the ladder wasn't set up by me. I don't have the strength for that. So you're saying this rope ladder was already there when you arrived in the alley? Yeah, although I don't know who did it, I have to thank them. Could it be someone else snuck into the building before her? And I climbed up the ladder quietly, without doing anything bad, I swear. Sneaking into a heavily guarded building like that doesn't sound like a good deed. Agreed. What were you there for? Isn't it obvious? To sell mooncakes, of course. What? I noticed that this building was hosting a pretty grand ceremony. I figured there would be some big shots inside, right? And whether there are big shots, there's money to buy mooncakes. During my career, I've encountered lots of people sneaking into the scene for all sorts of reasons. But risking it all just to sell mooncakes? Wow, you're definitely the first. Agreed. And hopefully the last. Anyway, I was planning to go through the main entrance, but as soon as I stepped in, I was stopped by the police. So I had no way but to climb in from the alley. What happened after that? After that, I managed to sneak into the multifunction hall with you guys and I saw the body drop. You skipped too many details. I just said what I saw. After sneaking into the building from the 2nd floor, where did you go and who did you encounter? Can you provide more details? Why the sudden silence? Do you still not trust us? No, I truly believe you two are trustworthy. But I'm a person of my word. If I promise something, I must keep it. Before I met you two, I was hesitating about whether to say anything about this case. Even though I'm just a mooncake seller, I still have my principles. What do you mean? Do you have more insider info about the case? I wouldn't say that. After all, I'm just an outsider. But there's something very important that I must figure out. Something very important? You two are so eloquent while I'm far from that. That's why I've made up my mind. What needs to be said should be said in court. You're gonna testify in court? Yeah, with you two around, maybe I can finally feel at ease. Feel at ease about what? I don't understand. I don't understand it myself, to be honest. Let's just call it an irrational obsession. And it's getting late. I should pack up and head back. Leaving so soon? Tomorrow's trial. I'll be rooting for you two. I'll be praying for you all the time. You know, after you testify in court, you might be arrested for illegal trespassing. Are you sure about that? Chief, what's she trying to say just now? Do it look like I understood any of that? All I can say is, this Mooney isn't just some ordinary vendor. Although I'm not sure about what kind of information she has, one thing is for sure, she doesn't seem to have any ill will towards us. That's right. That's probably because I bought 2 mooncakes from her. Enough with the self-satisfaction. We wasted much time on useless info. Let's get back to the detention center. Fine, let's go. I wasted too much time on Mooney that I've missed the meeting time. I have to ask the guards if they can make an exception. That's enough. You can leave now. I'm not leaving. Even if I do, I won't go where you've arranged. Is that the voice of Galaxy? Seems to be coming from the room behind the meeting room. You're even reluctant to speak a word in our native language to me? Fine then. I've made considerable efforts to arrange this meeting with you. Why must you be so ruthless towards me? Are you serious? What kind of reactions do you expect from me? In times like these, why can't you let go of your stubbornness and get through the difficulty first? Get out of here. Fine then. Hi, Justice. Long time no see. Chief, he is... Who's waiting there? Do you have anything to consult with me? Are you the Vice President of the Republic of Neon? Mr. Justice Kaida? Yes, I am. You appear somewhat familiar. May I ask your name? Nice to meet you. I'm Charlie Drake, Chief of Drake and Thomas Co. This is the lawyer of our office, Luna Ray. Nice to meet you. I remember you, Mr. Drake. I have some impression of you. Yeah, about 5 years ago, I met you in court. At that time, you seemed to be the Minister of Finance. Now both of us are busy with the case of your son. We could say it's fate. So you're the defense lawyer Galaxy entrusted, right? Did he not mention it to you? Ahem, I see. Is there any problem? I sincerely thank both of you for your outstanding contributions to the diplomatic relationships between our two countries. No problem? Huh? Your righteous actions will undoubtedly enhance the level of juridical exchange between our two countries. What's going on? He seems like a different person. Standard procedure. God damn it. Fine. Mr. Vice President, is your visit to our country only for attending this ribbon-cutting ceremony? Considering it's the Spring Festival, my visit also aims to convey greetings to the people of your country. However, it's sincerely regrettable that the ceremony has been interrupted due to the unforeseen circumstances. We're deeply sorry about that. As soon as this case occurred, I felt it necessary to stay in your country. Witnessing a complete trial process would be greatly beneficial to the judicial systems of both countries. What? Besides, I'll visit the suspect of this case as the Vice President. It will not only bring comfort to our concerned citizens, but also ensures fair, just, and transparent proceedings. Mr. Vice President, you're truly visionary. Ahem. With all this official talk, he just wants to say he will stay and see his son. Parents truly have it tough. Sorry for being bold, but how do you know anything about Galaxy's case? I deeply regret the loss of life in this case. I hope the perpetrator will be punished according to the law, giving the victim justice. At the same time, I urge the personnel of our two countries to work together to uncover the truth of the case. I mean, do you have any information about it, not your views? I'm not a policeman. The investigation should be handled by the authorities, right? Yeah. Wait, is the Verity Lance working? What's wrong with the device? All the gauges are swinging rapidly. It's impossible to tell if he's lying. It's because his aura exceeds the limits of the device. Well, my agenda here today isn't over. I have a few words to discuss with my son. Can you two leave now? But Luna, let's go. Mr. Vice President, the rest of the time is yours. See you. Hold on. I have a few accompanying personnel, all of whom are talents with both civil and military skills. Why not let them drive you back to the law office? If you have something to deal with, they can assist you. We appreciate your kindness, but... Tanaka, see the guests off. Yes, Your Honor. Hey, are you serious? No. He isn't. So we were escorted back to the office by several bodyguards of Neon. They stayed in the office, monitoring our each and every move until late at night. We have keenly felt the complexity and significance of the case even before the trial. With their interference, Luna and I couldn't make any effective analysis or discussion at night. Not only did I lack information about the case, but the clues I have couldn't even reconstruct the process of the case. Justice Kaida, what is this powerful vice president up to? Anyway, tomorrow's trial will be the biggest challenge in my career. But I won't back down from it. After all, I have a premonition even before taking it over. The most secretive truth I've been chasing for years is within reach. Whew. The Neon's bodyguards did not leave until midnight. I couldn't even sleep well, let alone prepare for the trial. No info on the body, no victim's identity, no incident reconstruction. Could it possibly get any worse? Chief, I'm coming. I'm early today, right? Why are you so energetic? Aha, I know how serious today's trial is. Even you, who's usually calm, looks so woebegone. That's why I have to stay focused and assist you on the side. Well, never expect this scatterbrained girl to become reliable in less than a year. Anyway, you're the one handling the case, right? Not me. If there's anything to worry about, it's all on you, fucker. Forget about what I saw before. Alright, let's not joke around. Our time here before the trial is precious. Did you see Galaxy Kaida on your way here? No, but I have encountered many personnel from Neon Embassy, and some unfamiliar police officers. I see. Involving foreign affairs do add extra tension to the situation. Since Galaxy Kaida is hiding something from us, we're not on the same side as him completely. So what we can achieve today depends on ourselves. Huh? So is Chief Drake planning to ditch his clients and go solo in court? OMG! Hey, good to meet you two again. Galaxy Kaida, you finally showed up. We're in a passive situation. Why are you smiling so lightly? This is my way of life. I can smile even more lightly. LOL. That's weird. Galaxy, your father intervened suddenly yesterday, so we have a lot to discuss. But I said everything I need to say. I'm a chairman and the son of the vice president. You two shouldn't push your luck. How can you say that? Walls have ears. I see. Sorry. Anyway, I just want to live a peaceful life in the defendant's seat today. I'll leave everything to you, even if something unexpected happens. I understand. Please, rest assured. That's good. Then I'll take my leave. TTYL. Isn't that farewell phrase outdated by decades? What? Only if you say it aloud. It's still used a lot in text. In text messages. What? Alright, he's gone. Those accompanying should have also left. So that's it now. Just now, Galaxy seemed to want to say something. I felt the same. Although I really want to extract info about the victim from him. I believe Detective Sanford will provide us with a complete answer before the trial. During the trial. Yeah, we can only decide our strategy after getting the complete information. Besides, we also need to pay attention to something unexpected that Galaxy mentioned. I don't know what he's up to, but I have a bad feeling. Me too. Anyway, time's running short. Let's take our positions. I'll do that tomorrow. Well, this was a long video, I think. Well, it has been a long time, so I have to get back into the rhythm. So, how was the video? How was the story, I meant? Well, I'm not sure whether to be weary of justice because, well, Verity Lance, or not. And I do not know whether to be scared for Miss Beanie. At some point, she's gonna have to say, or Charlie's gonna have to say, that Miss Beanie. Oh, I'm just gonna call her Miss Baker. Miss Baker has illegally trespassed. And that's not gonna fly over too well, you know? That's a fucking crime right there. So, she might face some jail time. Unless we somehow sweet talk the judge. Be like, hey man, she's assisting. Please don't arrest her. And she's poor. Have mercy on the poor. Don't be like... Oh wait, I shouldn't say that. Just in case I get arrested. Yeah. You know, I don't think much has happened in the video despite it being so long. I mean, we had a talk with Galaxy Kaida. We did some investigating. Talked to Tessa. We talked to Miss Baker like twice. I mean, we did investigate the alley and the roof, but like, yeah, not much has happened. Why is it so long? Maybe it's my dumbass. I don't know. Anyway, I'm tired, so let's end it here. With that being said, thank you so much for watching my playthrough of Trials of Innocence. And if you like what you see, stay tuned and stay awesome. Good night.